Hi, I'm Anna Denton-Jones of Refreshing Law, and in today's session, I want to talk briefly about instructing a solicitor. And what I'm going to say applies equally if you're a company or corporate entity instructing me, just as much as if you're an individual instructing me. And really, my points are about the kind of information that you're going to need to provide when you're a new client. So obviously you're going to need to provide the solicitor with your contact details, things like your address, if you're a company, obviously the name of the company, its company number, its registered office, and relevant email and telephone contacts, possibly website if it's a company as well. But beyond that, if you're talking about an employment law situation, which if you're instructing me will be the case, then I'm immediately going to want to see the contract of employment, any updates, letters perhaps that's happened to that contract over the years, particularly if you've been employed somewhere for a long time. I'm going to want to see pay slips so that I can see how much the individual earns if you're an individual instructing me, and I'm going to want a timeline of the events, of what's gone on. It's no use just ringing me and telling me about the most recent situation. Really, I need to understand the story as far back as that goes. So when you commenced employment in the organisation, or when the particular employee situation that I'm advising on, if it's a corporate entity, when the individual commenced employment with the company, and key steps that have happened since then. So much time and effort can be saved if you put that timeline down. It doesn't need to be particularly complicated, but a list of dates and the key things that happened at that point will make it very easy for me to advise. Also, if there are key things that have happened along the way where letters have been written, so in the case of an employee receiving a disciplinary warning, for example, or a particular event happened like a grievance, then the information relating to that, so the documents around that, the emails, the messages that were sent, the letters that were sent around that time. So you can get better advice the more information you put together, the more of a briefing you give the person who is advising you. If that information isn't given up front, then I'm going to have to ask lots of questions and ask for that information. There's probably going to be lots of emails going back and forth, which will increase the costs as well as the time to deal with the matter. So that's why it's important to gather as much information as you can about a situation together at the outset.